Hey y'all, it's the lady CPA. Y'all, I'm sitting out here waiting on my daughter, right? So I'm like, you know what? Let me go and turn the camera on because I was thinking, y'all, about purging the false identity, right? That's what today's present value is going to be about, y'all. It's about purging the false identity, right? See, again, as women, y'all, a lot of times we don't have or we have not been given the opportunity, right, to truly figure out who we are and what it is that we want in life, right? As little girls, for example, I'm thinking of the Barbie. Y'all, somebody like the Barbie movie, child? I'm thinking of the Barbie movie, right? A lot of times, y'all, as women, right, as professional women, as mothers, as just women, like, I don't like the labels, right? Like, as just a woman, as a divine feminine, right, as a woman, right, there are certain things, right, as a little girl that you dreamt of for yourself. It's like, having children, created, it's just that creation, right? It's not limited, though, to your ability to have children, right? It's about your identity. And see, a lot of times, y'all, we find identity, what, child, in our kids. Stop playing, right? I was taking my baby to school this morning, and I was like, it's too many women. I'm a life coach, y'all. I talk to people all day, and it's like they have this false identity, and it's not that it's not who they are, right? Of course, you're a wife, you're a mother, you're all of that, right? But that is not your identity. These are roles, y'all, that we take on. Like, everyone has a role, right? The role of a mother is the role that you're playing when you're parenting your children, right? The role of a wife or a girlfriend, or whatever it is, child, whatever your position is, child, play it and play it well, right? But whatever that is, y'all, is simply a role, right? Like, I'm picking an actress, right? Anytime you're preparing for a part, child, it's just a role that you're playing. Stop playing, right? It's not who you are. And see, a lot of times, y'all, we get caught up in the roles that we know we are to play. What is that role, y'all? A good partner, a good mother, a good spouse, a good daughter, right? A good whoever, right? The role. Let me tell you about roles, y'all, though. Roles are temporary, y'all. You step in and out of roles every day. See, now as you begin to grow, y'all, and you really begin to look at yourself and how you've shown up, y'all, how you've shown up for yourself, right? As you begin to purge, like, the identity, right, of just not even knowing who you were. See, a lot of times you take on these roles and you do the thing, girl. Stop playing. You the best mama, you the best coach, you the best, right? Whatever role that you taken on. But what if that role was simply that, a role, right? What if that role was never your identity, right? Somebody you need to take action toward. Like, girl, you could like to ride motorcycles, right? I'm seeing somebody in a little bike club, girl, right? And you love to ride these motorcycles, right? And it's like you take on this whole new identity when you get on your bike, right? Whatever it is, right? So it's like you saying, you know what? Let me find myself in myself. That's what it is, y'all. It's literally about you taking that first step. Like, somebody, girl, take step one, right? What is step one, y'all? What do you want to do for yourself before you wanted to have children? Right? Before you wanted to own that business, right? What do you want to do for yourself? See, this journey, y'all, every day we wake up as women, as professional women, y'all, right? And we almost perceive our value, right, to be based on how we can show up for other people. What if I told you, girl, your value ain't based on how you show up for other people? Your value is based on how you show up for you, right? But in a society where we tell women that our value is what? Based on how good you raise your children, right? So if your children grow up and they are great citizens to the world, then that makes you a good mother. Well, no, because some people gonna grow up crazy. And you can be the best mama, right? So it's you, right? Understanding your value, right? Your worth, right? Has nothing to do with a false identity or a temporary role that you was playing. Girl, stop playing, right? That was a temporary role that you were playing. But the journey is absolutely about you going within and you deciding what you want, right? It could be your work, right? Somebody, you could be focused on something you working on for the first time, right? For the first time, you doing this for you. For the first time, you're creating something beautiful for you. And you have to understand that the universe, right? God, whoever you resonate with, right, wants you to put all of that time, y'all, put all of that attention, right, that you put on other people into you, y'all. I have literally, right, as someone who is 18 years I've owned my business, 4 children, right? 2 marriages, married and divorced, y'all. And in all of that, I did not realize who I was until I put all of that aside and started focusing on me, right? What did I want for myself in 8 years? What did I want for myself in 5 years, right? So as we are women, y'all, feminine women, right, who have taught to serve, right? To submit, right? To be God-fearing women, right? To be women who care, women with compassion, and we all of that, right? But nobody ever taught you to do that for yourself first. No, nobody ever said that. They said be a good daughter, right? Be a good granddaughter, right? Be a good mother, right? Be a good, but nobody told you to be a good you. Stop, girl, for yourself. Like nobody told you to focus on the desires of your heart, right? Whatever it is that you're working on, y'all, it's for you. It's a part of your destiny. And every obstacle, y'all, that comes in your way is simply for you to redirect and say, hey, wait a minute. Maybe it's something I need to be doing differently, right? Maybe it's something that I am missing in this whole journey, y'all. Why? Because this journey is to not be the world's greatest mother. Right? The world's journey is it's not about being the best employee or employer. It is about you being the best you. And yeah, there are some obstacles, y'all. Sometimes there's delays. Like sometimes everything is in black and white, right? Sometimes you have to make decisions, y'all. And these are passionate decisions where you say, you know what? Come hell or high water, I'm doing this for me. Not because it makes somebody else feel good. Not because it makes me feel good, y'all. That is called an awakening. Right? When people be like, oh, dang, girl, she going through a midlife crisis. Girl, she done cut her hair, right? She done dye her hair. Like all of these things. No, it's at the point where you look up and you realize that every obstacle or challenge in your life, you did something with it. You accomplished something with it, right? You took that obstacle and you turned it into your what? Greatest reward. What is that called, y'all? Alchemy, right? You become a master alchemist when you can take the things that the universe throws at you. What is that? Life, child, stop playing. Everything that life throws at you, at the point you can take it, you can look it in the eye and you can say, guess what? This is but an obstacle to where I'm going, child. Stop playing. This is but an obstacle, y'all, to where you're going. And when you realize and you wake up and you say, hey, I hear a horn, child, sound the alarm. Who is that? Beyonce? Sound the alarm. I've been doing this too long and I'll be damned if somebody sound the alarm, right? Because you will never be able to continue to grow and thrive if you are living in a false identity. If you living up to other people's standards for your life, guess what that is, girl? A false identity. Stop playing. When you over here trying to figure out, right, what it is that you want a lover, you want a spouse, you want all of that. Well, you got to become what it is that you want, y'all. You have to become emotionally sensitive to your needs first, right? Before you can become emotionally supportive to others. Thank you. That's what I'm hearing. You got to be able to be more emotionally sensitive to your own needs before you can emotionally support somebody else, y'all. And a lot of times we, right, as women, because we are nurturers, we have a womb, we caring, we all of those things, right? You hold it inside of you. And what you do not do is give yourself the same emotional support that you may want from your husband, right? Or that you may want from your spouse, right? Or your mate, right? Or your children, right? The emotional support that you want from others is simply, y'all, the emotional support that you're supposed to give to yourself. That's where balance comes from, right? It's like being in a court, y'all. Everything is in balance, right? Everything is fair. Everything is just. And if you are giving to people in your life more emotional support, right, then you're receiving. I'm seeing something look like this, y'all, right? Because you giving, y'all, to them. And what they doing, y'all, they elevating it. And you over here, child, you are way, hold down. Stop playing, girl. You are way down. And now you over here like, well, dang, why is this imbalance in my life, right? Well, then you have to examine your life. Y'all stop. It's like a balance sheet. Stop playing, y'all. Y'all know how we are. We're professional women, right? Lady CPA all the way, y'all. It's like a balance sheet, right? It's assets. It's liabilities and it's equity, right? But it's going to cost you something. See, you don't even need to worry about the equity, y'all. There is no equity if everything is in balance, right? So let me tell you, right? If you have more liabilities in your life, what is that? People who are weighing you down. Hello, if you got more liabilities in your life and these people are weighing you down, then guess what? Now you out of balance. Now you have more liabilities and assets. Your company ain't worth nothing. You are your company, girl, right? You have no value, right? Because now you've allowed people, y'all, to become liabilities to what it is that you're building for yourself. And when you look up and you realize that you have taken on, y'all, all of these liabilities, what do you become? A liability. You become submerged, y'all, in what? Debt. Stop playing, y'all. You become submerged in debt. And I see somebody like you got a flashlight and you looking for yourself. Like you got a flashlight and you looking around and you trying to find yourself. And you over here like, well, dang, where did I lose myself at? Well, you left yourself, y'all, when you redirected your focus outside of you and you begin to take on more responsibilities and more problems and more issues. Only thing the universe, right, is telling you is look back. Let's do some introspection, child, now, right? How did you get to where you are, right? You've been at this job 20 years and these people still undervalue you, right? Why are you still there? Is it fear, right? Because let me tell you, y'all, we ain't our mamas and mamas them no more. You do not stay at jobs, y'all, who undervalue who you are, your skills, right? Your talents, right? Your certifications, right? No, you move forward in what it is that it becomes a perfect fit for you. See, you carry a false identity, y'all, when you stay on this job and you know that this job is not going to promote you. There's no room for growth. You don't even like what you're doing. It's the same thing with clients, girl. Stop playing. If you own your own business and you keeping clients around that you know are not there for you, they nickel and dime you, girl. Everything you do is a fight with these people. It could be your children. It can be your relationship, y'all, right? It can be your relationship where you got to do some introspection and you got to be able to see, hey, is this leading me in the direction that I want, or is this keeping me stuck? It's your perspective. And somebody, you got to look at your perspective, right? Because when you begin to purge this false identity, y'all, it is who you told you or told yourself that you needed to be to survive the rat race of corporate America, the rat race of your family, the rat race of your home, right? It's who you, the persona. Hello, the persona that you had to take on just to get out the bed, girl. Somebody you had to take on a whole Sasha Fierce to get out the bed. But God says you got to look at your perspective. Then it's time for you to look in. Maybe there's something that you need to change. Why? Because you should not have to take off a mask and put on another one. You don't show up to play a role in this life. You show up to live life authentically. Right? Take the journey to self, y'all. I am a life coach, right? And I show women, y'all, how to cultivate your own authentic identity. It's not about what your parents wanted for you. It's not about what your children want for you. It's not about your husband, your wife. It's not about any of that. It is your own personal identity. And if you don't know it, you wake up every day and you choose what mask to put on. Let me know in the comments, what mask did you put on today, y'all? Because we all do. And until you can rest, y'all, do some introspection, purge yourself from any anxiety and fear, and then communicate with yourself about who you are. Somebody, you finna get a whole new beginning, child. I see it, right? And now you're going to do it and you're going to follow your passions. You're going to follow the things that you are passionate about. Why? Because it's being handed to you, y'all. Like I'm literally seeing somebody hand you a whole new beginning. You going to take it? Put I'm taking it in the comments. You're taking your new beginning. Why? Because it's yours, girl. What? Shoot, shit me. I'm going to take my new beginning. And this new beginning, y'all, is without the mask, right? This is a beginning where you walk with your purpose in your hand, girl. It's right out for everybody to see. And guess what? At that point, y'all, what did you just do? You purged the false identity, y'all. And now you know your value. All right. So what's your present value? Oh, it's you purging the false identity so that you can walk upright in what it is that you know and who it is you know, girl, that you were meant to be. It's in you, y'all. What is it, Whitney Houston? I'm every woman. And you are. But it's not a role that you're playing. It's the embodiment of who you are. All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here, child. My baby gonna be coming out in a minute. I think I like these, y'all. I have to go places every day, y'all. So I may do these every day, y'all, as I sit out here and wait on her. All right, y'all. So everything about me is in the description box, guys. If you want to take the journey to self, y'all, join my life coaching, right? My website, theladycollective.org, right? Or theladycpanetwork.com, and help me help you discover who you are, y'all. Love and light, as always, y'all. Today is your day to begin again.